episode of BLINDBOX.
Episode 01, Figures.
This is a show for collectors and collecting, whether it's figures or albums or video games. Flowing through your fingertips. Woo! If you know me, you know I like collecting amazing relics in my personal home gallery. Woo! That's right. BLINDBOX, it's my show, baby, and we're gonna do it right. Let's kick things off with the first segment. That's right, it's time for Figure Update!
Never back down, never give in. Just let the fucking master know themselves in.
Welcome, this is the Figure Update. Now, if you ever watched my personal YouTube channel, I used to have a show on there called Figure Update. It wasn't really a show, it was kind of just me in my room with an iPhone showing all the new figures I got for that month. This is basically the evolution of that. We're gonna show you all this stuff in a little higher quality than my telephone. You okay with that? I don't care if you are, we're gonna do it. Haha, who cares? All right, first things up. What is the first thing up? What should we show first? I don't even know, it's so exciting, oh my God. Why don't we get this bad boy out of the way? Check this big ass dude out. Penguin, baby. Batman Returns, you remember him, Danny DeVito. He played the Penguin in Batman Returns. He was the best version of the Penguin. That's right, Burgess Meredith, if you're watching this, you can kiss my ass right up. All right, is Burgess dead? Anyway, whatever. Danny DeVito was, in my opinion, the best Penguin. He brought kind of a terror to it. I still really like, I don't think the original Batman aged that well, but I still really like Batman Returns. I think that is a great movie, not about Batman, but about freaks. So the figure definitely showcases that. This figurine is actually a quarter scale. Danny DeVito ain't that big, so you know, you could probably do the math. I don't know if you could tell this from there, but you can take off the hat. All this stuff is removable. Some people thought they released two different versions of the same Penguin figure, but they didn't. You can dress him up, which is what I basically did. The top hat comes off, this whole fur coat comes off, and as you can see here, you can turn him into a sloppy, like, baby outfit looking getup, you know what I mean? This monocle is removable. He's got a cigarette that he could put in his mouth, but that ain't here. I don't know where it went. Maybe it fell. I don't know, whatever. But point is, he's got it. You just have to take my word for it. He also comes with, it's not here right now, but he also has, one of these hands is interchangeable, and it's holding like rotting fish guts. Gotta love the rotting fish guts. You know, you gotta put that in the hand. Next time someone comes over to your crib, you know, you just show them that, and it's like, you know, he's got the rotting fish. I'm a grown-ass man. I got a figure of Danny DeVito. Fuck you. Step number one is we're gonna show you the Thunder Fuck. All right, next thing we're gonna show, we're gonna get into the Power Rangers items I got going on here. Now, I'm a fan of the old type of Power Rangers, you know, the old-ass stuff, you know, classic material. What they've been doing lately is they've been releasing the like newer versions of the old stuff, but made them like higher quality, a little higher price. They're calling them like the Legacy Collection, whatever. So, first thing I want to show, this was a big one that came out last month. The Legacy Thunder Megazord. If you ever watched the show, it was the second Megazord they got. When Lord Zed showed up, they didn't have strong enough Zords to fight him. They needed new fucking robots, you know, whatever. That's what they got. Now, I have to be honest, I have never been the biggest fan of the Thunder Megazord. I always thought, you know, the original Megazord was really fun and colorful, and like, it was dinosaurs, and they all had, you know, personalities, and they came together into a crazy-ass robot, you know, and this was kind of like vague Chinese mythological beasts that kind of just stacked onto each other. It didn't really, it's just like a suit of armor for the Red Ranger's Zord, and that wasn't really that cool. It seems like it's all kind of hanging on for dear life instead of connected and powerful. I don't know if that makes sense, but This Megazord would always do the same samurai slash move. It was just dull. I didn't really care for it, but when it's all put together, it did look pretty nice, and I thought this new toy looked pretty nice. It's got die-cast parts. It's got all the Zords. They actually, when they sold these in the past, they were separate. The Red Ranger Zord was different, was in a different box. But this was all together. Now, it looks great. Like I said, lots of metallic die-cast stuff. This thing was fucking $200. $200. Come on. Look at that thing. I mean, I guess they're not making that many of them, and it's a lot to like tool and mold them. What the fuck do you think we're doing? You think I'm fucking Bill Gates here? Look at the $200. I mean, I bought it. I got a good deal. You know, I found, you know, you could get secret deals if you look, you know, well enough. But it just, man, if you look at all the components separate, I guess you could see a lot of value in that. And it's all hand painted. It's all, you know, there's no stickers or anything like that. So I guess I see the quality of it, but that's still kind of disappointing. Whatever. Then, days later, I mean, seriously, on the heels of Thunder Megazord, they put out the Falcon Zord. Whoa, shit, I almost broke it. The Falcon Zord, Legacy Falcon Zord came out. Now, you may remember this, a season after that, after the Thunder Zords, came the Ninja Zords. These were also in the movie. In fact, when you buy this thing, it's actually in a Power Rangers the movie box. They tried to recreate the vintage Power Rangers the movie style, and that was pretty cool, actually. I thought that was a cool idea. But this was the White Ranger's new Zord. When they went over to the Ninja Zords, the White Ranger got a Falcon, the Falcon Zord. And if you remember the movie, you know, you remember you could like shoot out the wings. See, this thing's fully posable. Check this out. See, watch this. Remember, he was like all like, ah, you know, he was like coming at the screen. You remember that, right? He shoots the fucking guy. Anyway, whatever. They put this out. It's better than the original Falcon Zord. I mean, you know, they released one 20 plus years ago. But, again, die-cast parts. What this has that the other one didn't have is, in the past, is it's got articulated wings. So, like, you can, like, flap them and shit. You know what I mean? Like, you're doing that. You got him going like that. I'm gonna fly like an eagle. You know what I mean? Like, who sings that? R. Kelly? Whatever. But anyway, you can put these out like that, and then click them in. I kind of like that, how it kind of like pops out, and then you could articulate that and pop it back in. Kind of nice, whatever. It's a solid toy. Looks great on the shelf. This thing was $80 fucking $80. Now, apparently at a bunch of shows earlier this year, they said it was going to be like closer to 50 or 60. Toys R Us didn't get the memo because this is exclusive there, and it showed up as fucking $80. What happened? So if you get this, save the box, save the receipt, because Toys R Us is pretty good. If you go back later, you'd be like, hey, give me my money back. This is cheaper now. Give me the dough. They're going to do it for you. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm taking this thing back in. I'm going to be like, where's my 20 bucks, asshole? What is that all about? Please, $80 for the, I mean, it's like, it's, you know, it's not even a towering guy. It's just like a bird for $80. Like, make that cheaper. Apparently the Ninja Megazord is coming next. That has the other 5 Ranger Zords. And they're saying that's going to be $80. That's going to be fucking huge for 80 bucks. Why was this 200 and why was this 80? I think they were experimenting and they wanted to see who would pay that. I don't know. Anyway, that's that for this bird-ass dude. In that same kind of realm, who remembers what this is from? You've been looking at it the whole show. Yeah? Is it jogging anything in your memory? In your memory banks? Oh, guess what? Masked Rider. Who remembers that show? That was the theme song. No one remembers it. No point in repeating it. But Masked Rider was a US adaptation of the Japanese Kamen Rider, and it was adapted here as Masked Rider, as I said. But in Japan, they released this car. Oh, what is that? Too fast, too furious, too sexy. It's the car of the Kamen Rider himself, Kamen Rider Black. The car is called Rider-On, which is really funny because when you get the box from Japan, it says Ride-Lon. because the L and R thing, which is crazy. But so I almost had to look up, like, what is this? But Figuarts over in Japan, high quality figure line, and you'll see some of those later. But they released the car from Masked Rider, Kamen Rider, whatever you want to call it. Someone's driving in front of them, they want to latch onto them. Oh, latch onto you with these fucking claws, digging into your bumper and shit. You gotta exchange insurance information. There's a bug-ass dude behind me and he just sunk his claws into my Buick. Whatever, anyway, but this, yeah, both sides open up. Okay, we're gonna move on. Let's get out all this nerd shit and move on to something more mature, more adult. That's right, Star Wars, baby. Woo! The #1 film of all time. Suck it, Avatar. We got Avatar. Wait, no, I just denounced that. We got Star Wars. Okay, first thing I want to show is, again, in the Japanese realm of things, over in Japan, they've been releasing very high quality figures of the Star Wars characters in the SH Figuarts line. These, SH Figuarts does a lot of figures for like Super Sentai and Dragon Ball Z and stuff like that, but Star Wars is still a relatively new thing. I got a bunch of them. I got like Luke and Darth Vader, whatever, but the latest ones that I got, you could see them right here. They are, I'm probably knocking shit over, whatever, but these are all super, super articulated. This one's Kylo Ren. You might remember this dude who's a major league asshole, whatever, but anyway, it's super, every one of them is superposable to the extreme. Anything you want to do, they come with multiple hands, multiple weapons. You know, you could have this, you know, he's holding a lightsaber, but you could have an unignited one, you know, hanging off his belt. It comes with everything. I'm not a fan of real fabric on figures. Like, it worked on this penguin dude, but I kind of would rather on a smaller figure have everything be rubber, and Figuarts is good about that. So I'm a fan, and so I think that's one of the best looking Kylo Rens imaginable. I'm just gonna put him back over here or whatever. I'm just gonna lay him down. Fuck it. All right, who else is over here? Whoops. If you notice, I just knocked Obi-Wan down, but where they really nail it, where Figuarts in Japan is really nailing it, is the likenesses. Now, I want you to look at Obi-Wan Kenobi. This is Obi-Wan from episode 1, who I wasn't gonna get because I'm not really that into the prequels, but some seller on Amazon was like giving these away practically, so I just went piss on it, give me one. Look at the face. Oh my God. The likenesses are perfect on the human characters. They just got the look down so well. They're doing this new kind of 3D scanning technology and it's working. Whatever they're doing, it's working. So Obi-Wan looks amazing. I really wasn't gonna get it until, like I said, I found a good deal and I looked at the fucking face. It looks just like Ewan McGregor. You just wanna kiss him. I love Train Spotting. This is Captain Phasma, character from, you know, the new movie that looked cool and didn't really do much else, but she does look cool. That makes for a good figure. What do you want? You sue me, okay? Sorry. This is Figuarts Captain Phasma. Now you can compare to, these are the American figures over here. I've got, you notice I have 2 Phasmas here. You cannot get the Figuarts ones in the US. You have to import them because Hasbro's got like a stranglehold on the figure industry over here, on the Star Wars figure industry. And so you cannot get that, you gotta import it. So there they are side by side. And what's interesting is Hasbro's, they're definitely taller and you know, there's a lot, you know, it's a bigger figure, which is cool. So you might like that more. But man, you know, in terms of posability, the Hasbro one, I mean, you could raise his arm, her arm, sorry. And you know, that's really it. There's not much to do. But man, Figuarts, oh my God, super posable in every way. Just a little higher quality. Every detail is just perfect. You know, it's not quite as just glazed over like they do with the Hasbro ones. Let's go over to some of the Star Wars American figures though, while we're in that realm. This is an exclusive. I gotta give a shout out to my friend, Christian. He is finding a lot of these rare American Star Wars figures that we don't get around here. San Diego's a dead zone for this stuff, but I don't know exactly where this guy lives, but he keeps finding them and I'm buying them off him. He's just like my hunter. He's like going out hunting for goods, bringing them back, hunter-gatherer style. Anyway, he found a rare variant Darth Vader. It's him with his head, it's fucked up head Darth Vader. I don't know if that's the official name. I think it's actually Darth Vader Emperor's Wrath, because it's meant to showcase what, it's supposed to be just a slight variant on the figure that shows what Darth Vader was going through when the Emperor was kind of fighting back against them. Sorry, spoiler, if you haven't seen Return of the Jedi yet. I do recommend that film. It is good. I love Knee and Numb. But anyway, yeah, so you could see through his head and see the skull and all that stuff. So I really like that. Return of the Jedi is my favorite of the old movies, so I had to get that. And other things you're going to start to see in here. Oh, this is a Flame Trooper. This one I was actually able to find on my own. These are on Amazon, I think, now. But the Flame Trooper, check that out. I love the look of those troopers in the new Star Wars. I think they look slick. The Flame Trooper was no exception. He looks like some fucking Apple designed kind of like killer, you know, iCloud shit. Anyway, so that was pretty cool. But anyway, some of these other ones I haven't opened yet. I don't know where, fuck. Some of these I haven't opened yet. This one is Jango Fett. Fuck Jango Fett. I don't actually care about that. But we got old Han Solo. Check that out from the new movie. And, you know, a lot of the past people, you know, the people type characters that Hasbro didn't look that great, especially compared to the figure arts. But this one looks pretty good. They got him, you know, he looks like an old fogey. They got that. It's a little harder to do the feminine characters, you know, it's easier to make something ugly in plastic than something pretty. You know what I'm saying? So, don't know how that's gonna work. But my favorite one, the one I was looking for, and this dude was able to find it for me, thank God, was, ooh, the one figure of Finn that I wanted was him in the Stormtrooper outfit with the blood smear. That was a really affecting part of the film to me. That part, I don't know, it was like all the emotions were kind of coming out as we saw a Stormtrooper kind of humanized for the first time. So I wanted to get a figure of that. I didn't really care to get a figure of Finn until he was in that outfit, and it finally came. So bam, it exists. I'm excited. Hell yes. One of my favorite Star Wars figures, at least from America, that I've ever seen. Okay, so that's all the good stuff, I think, that I got here. Is there anything I missed? Oh shit, Willy Wonka. Did you see that? Willy Wonka. Come with me and you'll see. One of the things I want to do is show other people's collections and talk to them. Why do they collect stuff, you know? I want to see the things that excite me in 3 dimensions on the shelf, things that inspire me, you know, different stories. I want to see those things enacted and recreated on the shelf when I walk into my home. I enjoy that stuff. Why do other people enjoy it? That's what I kind of want to figure out. So I want to talk to someone every time we do one of these shows and see what they're all about. Okay, yo, I'm about to go to the house of a very good friend of mine. You know him, you love him. Where is he? Here he is.
Oh, hello.
Hey, what's happening? What's
How you
all
doing,
these?
Rocco?
You got like skulls on the doorstep.
Well, there's definitely like a haunted aesthetic here. Squeaky doors. So this is the new show about collectibles.
Yeah, that's right. That's why I'm coming. That's why I came here, because I don't know what's, you know, I'm trying to show other people's like cool collections, stuff like that. And, you know, you were at top of the list.
Wow.
I knew you had a bunch of cool stuff, so I wanted to show it.
Cool. Yeah, happy to contribute. Well, number one, I want to know, how do you deal with dust? Because I do think as a collector, you need to carry a some type of kind of duster, feather duster,
Yeah.
feather. This is like a Swiffer type product.
Yep.
But as you can see, I'll kick some lights on. I mean, this is, if you want to display your figures, you got to deal with dust.
Yep.
And I'm not sure, I don't know what you do. Are you an air duster?
I am all about that canned air. Got to get that canned air.
See, I feel like
spraying it
that
all
blows-
over.
That blows my accessories away. It blows away and it kind of kinks out, like maybe someone's holding something in their hand.
Yeah.
And then, you know, boom, it's out of position, something.
That's true. You do run that risk, but
But
I
then
just feel like high power is the way to go.
Some of the dust, it does fit the haunted, the theme here. So so I leave some of the cobwebs, some of the dust for.
Sure.
Excited to show off that right there. This Ashley Wood 3A. I think this is called the Warbot. Yeah, it is. From Zombie vs. Robots. I just got this. This is the first 3A figure I've ever had. Actually, I think, no, the Lady Sham's a sideshow. That's my first sideshow, too. I got hooked up this year for Christmas.
Yeah, you did.
The big case, yeah, is a lot of older stuff because it's been full, it's at capacity almost, and kind of everything else is overflowed. And I actually have, I don't know about you, but I have a lot of figures unopened. But in here, these are old Palisades and Toy Biz up to the current NECA Resident Evil figures. This whole lower shelf's all Resident Evil stuff. And I don't think I can cram any more in there. A lot of Neon Genesis Evangelion merchandise. And that's what these two top shelves are. Some of the older stuff. There's some of the new Banpresto or the Sega UFO Catcher Prize like vinyls, I guess. Those are newer. Some of the stuff up in front here, I think, who made those? Kyoto, you can pronounce it, thank you. There's everything down here from like Masters of the Universe to the Terminator, the T2 figures that I think, was that, it wasn't Toy Biz. Who made, and they had Minor League. They had the minor Kenner.
Yeah.
Do you remember the little Kenner booklets?
Yeah.
And you would look at the Robin Hood Prince of Thieves figures.
Yeah. Hook.
Yeah.
I think did they do Hook?
I don't know. I remember Robin Hood Prince of Thieves, and then in the back would be all the fucking sports shit, like minor league baseball or Major League Baseball.
I think it was called Starting Lineup.
Yes. Yeah.
Funny.
But he made the 3D animation from Japan, the McFarlane stuff, put out the bitchin' Akira figures, and then they did a bike too.
Wow, I've never seen that.
And that awesome Tetsuo with the giant arm coming out. But then here's a giant scale. I like sometimes NECA and McFarlane would do larger scale figures. And here's a McFarlane Tortured Souls that's a Clive Barker mashup. Wow. I don't want to open my, like, con exclusive Mighty Mugs. Like, I don't know. I don't really sell my stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Neither. No, I open all my stuff. I don't ever, I don't sell it. I don't get it to sell it. So I just don't, I open all of it. But it's funny, I didn't open that. I have that same Wolverine Mighty Mug. And I have the Iron Man one too, because those are exclusives. What happened with Mighty Mugs? I feel like everyone I know, even people I know who don't collect figures, collected Mighty Mugs and they don't sell them anymore.
I've got them spread out. And I was super into the Mighty Mug thing, because the Kid Robot vinyl and maybe some of the other like early vinyl figure companies were a little expensive, I thought, for getting into it. Yeah. Where I was already buying, like video game based action figures and anime based action figures for relatively low cost. Yeah. Getting into vinyl toys when they first came out, it was like, well, this is some custom $400 shit I can't do. Yeah. But Mighty Mugs came out and the price point was awesome, and they had fucking Star Wars. Yeah. Then they got Marvel. And then it was like Indiana Jones. It was like every trilogy of films I was into. Probably my newest figure to date is that glistening Frieza perfect form.
Whoa, nice.
I got him to go with that kind of, I have this like real, I've got an affinity too for getting very plain characters. I don't like Super Saiyan fucking 3 Goku hair out to, like I don't really have any Super Saiyan figures. It's almost always, I want, first form, like final form Frieza, that's iconic. But as far as like the main characters, especially the Saiyans, like I love first forms.
Totally agree.
I didn't really have a good Goku before that one.
Yeah.
At all.
That's great. Looks right.
These statues were put out like for each of these rebuild movies. I think this is a 1.0, a 2.0, and a 3.0. I want to get, there's a Mari one that's been coming down in price I've had my eye on, but I really like these statues. They're a little expensive. But
yeah, those look rad. Okay, so you're kind of overwhelmed with this stuff. When you enter your house, it kind of hits you, have you ever run into a situation where like someone comes over and they're like, oh, this is too weird, or this is like, this guy's fucked up, or what do you think? Like,
no, like I've definitely had, I've had people will come in for the first time and really want to look around, and you'll get a lot of like like people can look around for
Yeah.
hours and enjoy it, which especially like if they collect figures or at all played with action
Yeah.
figures. I think there's like that fascination there. But I've definitely had women maybe give me like a fucking. You gotta warn. You gotta set someone up. I don't know if you've ever encountered this, but I think I would set up like, hey, so I collect a few, nerdy things. I'd put it like in a I don't know, as delicate as I could. I would kind of like brace them for it, but never like any bad reactions. It wasn't like full 40-year-old virgin.
Yeah, that's the thing is like people ask me that all the time. They're like, are people like fucking repulsed when they enter your home and like whatever? It's like I don't really hang out with people who would be.
Oh, that's the thing.
Honestly.
Too. Yeah, I'm not dating the fucking cast of the Princess Diaries. So like, the girls I'm bringing over were just fine with the Piccolo bobblehead.
Yeah. Well, cool. Well, this all looks great.
Yeah.
Well, the reason I wanted to come here because I was really into figure collecting and stuff like that, like up until probably high school, and then like halfway through high school, I kind of stopped for a little while. I was like a little bit embarrassed about it, but then when we met you a couple years later, you had all this stuff, and it like reinvigorated me again.
Really?
I was like, shit, I got to get back in this, and I think that was when the Resident Evil 4 figures started coming out.
Yes.
And so that was like a big restart for me, and so you were responsible for all that bullshit. So there you go.
That's
I wanted to feature you.
That's cool. No, I think we definitely fueled each other then because we started going to conventions together.
Yeah.
And then it was like, all right, I brought $200 to spend at Comic-Con this year. What do you got? All right, well, I'm trying. And we'd show each other at the end of the day, like, I got this Dr. Zaius. And it's like, I bought I bought a belt buckle, but I did get this Asuka figure.
Yeah.
My love, I think the most embarrassing figure, and I've told this story before, but there's a Bride Ayanami Rei back there in the back. And I bought that for like, I think it was $10, and I was just like, oh, score on like a fucking 12-inch Rey figure. Kind of weird she's in a bride's dress, but I'm just like obsessed with this character. And I bought it from the guy, and as I paid for it, he's like, all right, Ayanami in a bride's dress. Hey, some dreams do come true, buddy. There you go. And that was the most cringy, embarrassing I felt as an adult purchasing a female plastic silhouette.
Oh, man.
In a bride's gown. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, whatever. Well, I think it's a good figure. You don't have to, the dreams did come true.
Not my wife.
Why not? Why not? Why not? What's wrong with that?
Yeah, try the real thing.
Yeah, maybe. That's 50-50. Anyway, thank you everybody for watching. I hope this was interesting to you. And you know what? If you at home have something weird that you collect, or you got a weird collector's item, I'll feature it on the show. Just send it in. blindbox@mega64.com. Email us at that address. I'm gonna feature it in the show if it's something weird or kooky or whatever. We'll do that, and we'll do like another episode or something where we look at like records or videos or something like that. Something like that.
I'm such a hoarder of cassette tapes. There's probably like dead animals under the pile back there.
Thank you for watching. I'm getting out of here. I'm gonna take the camera.
Take it.
All right, we're out of here. Fuck it. Oh yeah, thanks.
Whatever.
What's that all about? Getting attitude. I slammed the fucking door. Fuck you. Shawname is coming next week. That's right, because of Funny Factory, he's now able to do it regularly, and he's going to be watching even weirder shows. It's going to be entertaining as hell, so send your suggestions to him on what he should watch, because that guy's got a lot of anime to watch. Yeah, basically piss on that guy. Send him your worst.